Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Desperation hangs in the air. One team looking to advance to the next round. The other looking to force a Game 6. What will happen? These are the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. The Tim in a league full of great athletes. We'll see some of the best on the court in this game.
Well, if you love explosive athletes, you're about to see the top shelf. The best that this league has, high-flying above the rim. Get ready, put your seatbelt on.
Isn't it just so special to have these seats courtside and watch these guys literally an arm's length away? My goodness.
There is nothing better.
Now, here's Duren. Good work defensively by Carter.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Bane. Suggs against Cunningham. Just 4 to shoot. Suggs passes to Carter, and he comes up with the deuce. Carter's got the game going here with the first basket for the Magic.
And that's a huge body down low. When Carter Jr. gets that kind of position, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Now, here is Robinson. Pass to Duren. Now, Cunningham. Jacks up a 3. Pistons keep it alive. Cunningham, a screen on Bane. Robinson misses. Solid 6'10", GA. Franz Wagner provides great versatility to this offense.
Yeah, and he's a solid decision maker, capable of running the show. He's a gifted scorer and playmaker. Plus, he provides matchup problems with that size.
Detroit with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket. They get it again. Robinson passes to Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Carter. Outside, Suggs hits the three-point bomb.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Orlando making some changes. De Silva's checked in, and Black's subbed in for Suggs. We've got 1:23 left here in the opening quarter. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And he knocks down the first one. And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Pistons. Jenkins comes in for Robinson. And both free throws good for Duren. And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons key by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
5 on the clock. Here's Bane. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Pistons have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Pass to Harris. Shoots the three. Black grabs the board. Cunningham with some nice D. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Magic. They're up by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
Stewart passes to Jenkins. Stewart, a screen for Jenkins. No good from the wing.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Pass to De Silva. Drills it from outside. De Silva's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pistons trail by 4. Now here's Herter. Stewart with the screen on Richardson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And the tough guy reputation, Tim, well earned for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, yeah, he's a physical presence, Kevin. He does not shy away from an alley fight. He brings that edge every team needs, and it is especially welcome in the Motor City.
And he makes the first. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player in this league.
Here's Black. Thing on the board. From outside, off the mark. With the crossover. The shot by Thompson, no good. Orlando leading by 3. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot. The Magic building up a roster of players who D up. Coach Jamal Mosley said, your culture is the type of guys you bring in, the type of people you have around. If you're a defensive team, then you probably have defensive guys. You can't be that and have all shooters that don't defend. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you're right. They've got great personnel. Thanks a lot, Allie.
Got the ball right inside. Such a well-timed pass.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Tobias Harris is checked in for Detroit. Franz Wagner's checked in for the Magic. Bane comes in for Black. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Suggs with the ball. Pass to Bane. Screen by Batadze. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Robinson finds Thompson. And here's Stewart, guarded by Bane. Fader on the way. Stewart misses. Orlando leading. Bounce pass Suggs. Magic moving the ball around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Suggs has got 5.
Oh, bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skill.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself, and that is the difference.
That's good from Cunningham.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Isaiah Stewart. And the Magic making a change here as well. Black's checked in. And so Cunningham nails both of them. 1:16 left here in the second. Cunningham against Suggs. Bane looking around. Cloak loose. Wagner finds Batase. 5 to shoot. Bane, no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Sinks the triple.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And so it's Suggs who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic, trailing by 2. Batase is screen on Thompson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Paolo Banchero comes in for Anthony Black.
Paolo Banchero.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Suggs against Cunningham. 4 on the clock. Fires top of the key. Buries the jump shot. Wagner's got it all tied up now for the Magic. The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Cunningham looking it over. A floater. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Tie game in Detroit. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Magic 14. Please direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the Bane half-court shot to railroad lead. Too bad. One more time, a round of applause.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Orlando Magic.
For as bad as they've been inside, I can't believe it's this close. I hope coach is letting them know. No points in the paint, no W.
Says the man who only got points in the paint. But then again, 4 rings don't lie, big fella.
Thank you, Ernie.
Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. They've gone into halftime with the game all tied up. But Kenny, what do they need to do to make this series competitive?
Well, they'll need to come out after the half, and they'll hit the court with a lot of energy, and starting with executing the coach's notes right away.
Absolutely, they can't afford to waste any time. Got to grab the lead and never let go of it.
Hopefully they've got enough fight left in them. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. Nice game, notable performance by Jalen Suggs.
With so much on the line tonight, you have to be impressed with the way he came out and set the tone with his aggression.
Well, he is a guy you want to go to with the game on the line.
Now, here's Banchero. It's stolen by Cunningham. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham. Has to shoulder the load. He's said, that's what I asked for. To be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Back to you, Kevin.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. The Pistons leading. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
It's good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Now, here's Bane. Hasn't made one yet. Banchero left side. Just 5 to shoot. Some solid defense from Harris. Pistons leading by 4. Robinson on the wing. Back to Cunningham. With the teardrop. Suggs with some nice defense. The Magic trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Banchero outside. Down low, here's Carter. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Thompson sets the pick for Harris. Cunningham on the wing. Good, and Harris gets the assist. And now a 7-point Piston lead.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
Now, here's Bane. Pass to Banchero. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And 1:01 left in the third. It's deflected. It's stolen by Banchero. Suggs kicks to Banchero. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point land. Rebound by the Pistons. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Banked in off the glass. Thompson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Bane against Robinson. Outside, Bane. The tray. The shot, no good. And we've reached the end of the third. The Pistons on top. They storm through the end of the quarter on a 9-0 run. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
NBA playoff round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Pass to Stewart. Stewart is screen. Here's Jenkins. Fires from 14. Off the left rim and out. The Magic trail by 9. Here's Black. To the inside. There's the steal. To the paint. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Detroit leading by 11. Inside. It's intercepted. Black in the post. Cunningham's there. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Al Hurter. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that have been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Jenkins. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He stressed with his guys how important defense is at this point of the game, saying, quote, "It's got to come down to stops, fellas. You know how good our offense is. Now I need you to communicate and be us out there."
Allie, thank you so much. Outside, Suggs, Bane, and the three misses. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Now here's Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. Now Duren. It's stolen by Carter. Banchero. He nails it from 11.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
Ball's not loose. Suggs with the steal. Bane. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And it misses. Now Harris. Outside Cunningham. Clock at 4. And he banks the layup in.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Steps back. Here's Suggs. Carter sets the pick for Suggs. Rebounded by Thompson.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making it.
And guys, that's just about going to do it here for Game 5. Always pivotal. And now we look ahead to a critical Game 6. But a huge win tonight for Detroit.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And we will have a Game 6. They have forced a Game 6. Their sheer will and determination paid off.
Yeah, I mean, it was a must-win, and they played like it. I mean, they came out with guts, with heart, and they now have their sights set on doing it again in Game 6.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Cade Cunningham.
They impacted the game in a multitude of ways. Anytime they needed a big play, no matter what it was, he came through.
And it's denied. Now, here's Howard. D right on him.
Jamal Cain, the assist goes to Howard.
Now, here's LeVert. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. People were writing their obituary before this game, but this win cast the series in a whole new light now.
And listen, they've still got to win 2 more. But after seeing how they performed tonight, is there any doubt, Kevin, they're capable of it? I mean, we could be in the midst of a major comeback.
No doubt at all, you're right. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Alongside Tim...
Two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this
game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Cunningham against Suggs. Harris on the wing. The shot no good. Bane against Robinson. Pass to Wagner. Here's Banchero. And fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair. That one on Duren. Well, granted, 6'10", 250. Banchero is a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah, B.A., he has a great handle, which allows him to get wherever he wants on the floor. And the vision to create for his teammates, too. But if you put a smaller guy on him, he plays bully ball.
And he drops the first. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
And it's the Magic with the ball, following the score by Detroit. The three from Bane. Here's Carter. That one's good for 2.
Phenomenal positioning on the glass. Carter Jr. putting on his hard hat right there. Not afraid to get those hands dirty.
The explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Outside Bane. Pass to Carter. Now Suggs from deep. They're in with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Suggs against Cunningham. And the shot goes in.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Banchero outside. Back to Wagner. Suggs outside. Bane against Robinson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And what concentration from Bane. Hit, and he still makes it.
In terms of two-way guards, Grant, Desmond Bane is as good as any. What do you see in his game?
Well, just look at him, B.A. Bane is so strong. That really helps him there on the defensive end. And offensively, a lights-out three-point shooter.
And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising. Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Glass. Outside Carter. The three from Bane. Can't hit that one. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Robinson finds Cunningham. The three is up. Sinks the tray. Cunningham's got his third basket on the night right there.
A pretty big component of Cunningham's game. He knows how to produce from the arc.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And some changes here for Detroit. Herter comes in for Thompson. Jenkins comes in for Robinson. Then for Orlando, Bataze comes in for Carter. De Silva comes in for Bane. Magic trail by 4. Banchero surveys. The rebound by Detroit.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Cunningham against Wagner. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Yeah, strong player mentally. Cunningham showing the physical strength on that play.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Wagner, the pass to Black. Banchero the screen. They need this. Wagner for 3. Duren with the rebound. Here's Cunningham. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum. Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
At the line for Detroit, Cunningham. Cunningham. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Detroit on top. They lead by 8. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And let's get you back onto the court for more of this pivotal Game 5. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away. But the inside area is their territory. Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Here's Howard, following the score by Detroit. Back to Batase. Some solid defense from Stewart.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt. And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Herder. Stewart, a screen on Howard. Shot clock at 6. Howard against Herder. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Well, it's hard to stop a 6'10 wing who can handle and play through contact. And the Magic have 2 of them, Greg.
Yeah, the numbers remarkably similar for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Banchero is stronger and more of a rebounder, but both of them are stars.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Brian, back to you.
Thank you very much for the report, Allie.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Big group substitution here for Detroit. Harris is checked in for Holland. Thompson comes in for LeVert. Robinson, he's checked in for Herder. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. Then for Orlando, Franz Wagner checked in for Batase. Bane comes in for De Silva. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Howard. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. No points yet here in the second quarter for him. The 3 from Bane. And the three-pointer goes. Bane's got 6, and a lot of spot-up shooters.
What you say? Oh, my goodness. Come on now. Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half of basketball. Outside Bane. Nice D from Thompson. Detroit leading by 11. Robinson passes to Cunningham. No good on the triple. has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Wagner with a screen on Thompson. And the dunk by Wagner.
No mercy shown to the rack there. Wagner with the filthy throwdown.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Pistons making a switch here. Duren's checked in. Batase's checked in for Orlando. Cain comes in for Black. Cunningham passes to Harris. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, you know, you can't get overly physical with Harris because once you do, he turns it against you and uses it for his good.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. Well, Grant, Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times, and he just gets the job done.
And Harris drops them both.
When you send somebody like him to the line, it's pretty much easy money.
Suggs surveys the D. Pass to Wagner. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. And Batase throws it down.
Check out Wagner running the play there and helping his team find an opening.
The Pistons lead by 9. Outside Robinson. Oh, there's the alley. Harris's shot is good.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now here's Batase. Batase with a screen. Uses the glass on the layup. Batase's got 4 points this quarter.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Cunningham against Suggs. Cunningham outside. Jacks up a 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached halftime in this one. Detroit on top, leading by 9. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hey folks, here in Game 5, it's going to be an uphill battle in the second half for the Orlando Magic.
They've got to play with more force defensively, if you ask me. You got to make them feel you.
Yeah, touch them up if you have to. Right now, they're putting up no resistance.
Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. Still alive, but facing some long odds. How do they keep hope alive?
Well, I think those tough moments are what reveal a lot of character, Ernie. I mean, how you perform when things aren't going your way, that's what makes you a pro.
And what makes you elite, it's not being that bad position in the first place.
Interesting point. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining 2K Sports and our coverage of this first round. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Robinson passes to Cunningham. Over Suggs. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Off target with the three. Detroit leading by 9. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the dunk by Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
Now here's Suggs. No points yet. Pass to Bane. Book it off the crossover.
And even if he isn't the biggest, strongest guy out there, Bane can still do damage inside.
Stolen by Carter. Suggs against Cunningham. Wagner, the pass to Banchero. Bumped and finishes. Great stuff from Banchero.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
To the middle. And the dunk by Duren.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Hey, Franz Wagner was asked to describe his game, and he said, I don't know if there's someone who I would say I play really close to. I'm like a tall guard. I try to do a lot of different stuff out there, and I hope when you see me play, you see that I'm having fun and I'm playing for the right reasons. Back to you, B.A.
Okay, thanks for the report, Alec. Hey, no good. The Pistons lead by 9. And here's Cunningham outside. Oh, the range of Cunningham.
Measuring that corner triple very well. I like seeing Cunningham bury these types of shots.
Wagner outside. Launches it. The shot that time not on target. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. And it's Cunningham missing.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Back to Banchero. Suggs with a screen on Cunningham. And Suggs the bucket on the assist from Banchero.
This is what makes Banchero a difficult cover. His ability to pass it well and screen the rolls.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Big group substitution here for Detroit. Holland, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Karis LeVert comes in for Thompson. Herter's checked in for Robinson. Jenkins comes in for Cade Cunningham. Then for Orlando, Matase's checked in for Carter. De Silva comes in for Wagner. And Black subbed in for Suggs. Controls the rebound and the putback. Duren's got 6 here in the quarter.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Outside Bane from deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Bane's got 11.
Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Duren, the screen. And he's going for the lob. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Well,
Very nice read that time from LeVert. He's a guy who racks up the assist. Very good feel on offense.
And Carroll delivers inside.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And here's Herter. Puts up a deep three. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Detroit Pistons. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now. Keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. Back after this. Thanks for joining us again for round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Suggs finds Wagner to the inside. Here's Batase, and Batase throws it down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Now here's Wagner. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot goes.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Big group substitution here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for Herter. And it's Robinson in for Jenkins. Then for Orlando, Carter, he's checked in for Batase. Banchero comes in for De Silva. And it's Bane in for Black. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Suggs against Cunningham. Here's Thompson. And a one-handed slam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now here's Bane. Suggs outside. And Carroll with a screen on Cunningham. Suggs fires. He's off from 3.
Really hard to stay competitive when you're taking low percentage shots.
Cunningham looking around. Outside Harris. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul. Here's Duren. Here's Thompson. Now Duren. Wagner with a rebound.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Outside Robinson. Now Duren. Now Cunningham. Cunningham making moves inside.
I mean, he does everything on the floor. Cunningham always with max effort.
Up top Bane. Robinson defending. And Carroll the screen. He fires. Oh, it's off. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Outside Duren. Here's Cunningham. 5 on the clock. Now Harris for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. Many league observers were starting to count them out, but tonight's effort gives them a chance to turn the tide.
It would be a major league comeback. Can they really take 2 more games in this series? I have my doubts, but we'll see.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.